There is one fear that every single human who has ever lived has felt. Not most people, not some cultures. Everyone. Kings felt it. Warriors felt it. The strongest hunter in the tribe felt it, just as much as a small child. It has nothing to do with spiders or heights or public speaking. It's something much simpler and much older. It's the dark. If that surprised you even a little, hit like, share this with someone, and subscribe now. Because the reason behind it is stranger than you think. So, why would something so ordinary, something that happens every single night, still make grown adults reach for a light switch before walking into a room? Let's go back and find out where this fear actually started. Imagine you're standing outside, 70,000 years ago, right as the sun disappears behind the hills. 1 second, you can see the whole camp. The fire, your family, the tree line in the distance. The next second, all of that is gone. Just black, pressing in from every direction. You can't see 10 feet in front of you. You can't tell if that shape near the bushes is a rock or something breathing. Here's the part most people don't think about. Humans have terrible night vision, almost useless compared to the animals that hunted us. A lion can see clearly in near total darkness. Its eyes are built for it. Ours aren't. So the moment the sun went down, every ancient human instantly became the least equipped creature in the entire landscape. Blind, slow, and completely exposed. Scientists later discovered something that explains a lot about how deep this fear runs. It's not something we learn from scary stories. Babies as young as a few months old already show more distress in darkness than in light, even before they understand what a monster is, even before anyone has ever told them to be scared. That means this fear isn't taught, it's built in, wired into the blueprint before a single lesson ever happens. Which raises a strange question. If it's not learned, where exactly did it come from? The answer stretches back further than most people expect, way before humans even existed. Early mammals, small, mouse-like creatures living alongside dinosaurs, were mostly active at night, not because darkness was safer, but because it was the only time the giant reptiles weren't out hunting. Being nocturnal wasn't comfort, it was survival by avoidance. But here's where it gets even weirder. Somewhere along the way, our ancestors flipped that pattern. Humans became daytime creatures, wide awake under the sun, mostly asleep at night. Which means, unlike our tiny ancient relatives, humans gave up the one advantage they used to have in the dark. We traded night vision for something else. Sharper daytime color vision, better tools, bigger brains built for daylight problem solving. It was a good trade most of the time, except for the 12 or so hours a day when the sun disappeared completely. During those hours, every single human on Earth became almost helpless, slow-moving, poor hearing compared to many predators, and nearly blind. Imagine lying awake, listening to every rustle outside your shelter, unable to see if it's the wind or something that sees you perfectly, even though you can't see it at all. That fear kept people frozen, quiet, and alert, and it kept them alive. That wasn't the biggest surprise though. Here's the twist almost nobody expects. That fear didn't just protect individuals. It might have shaped entire human behavior. Anthropologists studying hunter-gatherer groups found something interesting. Fire wasn't just used for cooking or warmth. It was used to push back the one thing every human feared the exact same way. The dark. A fire meant light. Light meant you could finally see danger coming instead of just imagining it. Groups that gathered around fire at night weren't just staying warm, they were surviving one of the most dangerous parts of every single day. Some researchers even believe fire may have shaped human social bonding itself. Sitting together at night, watching flames, telling stories, that ancient ritual might be one of the very first forms of community bonding our species ever developed, which means something wild. The fear of the dark may have quietly built human culture itself. Then everything changed again, in a way nobody back then could have imagined. Fast forward thousands of years, and humans finally beat the dark. Electric light, street lights, lamps in every room. You'd think that fear would have disappeared completely, right? No predators left, no blind stumbling through the wild. But here's the strange part. The fear never actually left. It just changed shape exactly like other ancient instincts still living inside us today. Think about the last time you walked into a dark basement and your hand shot straight for the light switch before you even took a full step inside. Or the last time you heard a strange noise in an empty house at night and your whole body went still, listening, exactly like an ancient human frozen outside their shelter. Your logical brain knows there's no lion, there's no predator waiting in the shadows of your hallway. But the ancient part of your brain doesn't fully believe that. Not completely. Not in total darkness. This is also exactly why horror movies love the dark so much. It's not creative laziness. It's one of the oldest tricks in existence. A dark room forces your brain back into that ancient state. Alert, listening, assuming the worst. Because for most of human history, assuming the worst in the dark is what kept you alive. Filmmakers didn't invent that fear. They just learned how to trigger something that was already sitting there, fully loaded in every single viewer's brain. If your brain just recognized itself in any of this, hit like, share it with a friend who's just as jumpy in the dark, and subscribe now because we're only halfway through. Here's the part that really changes how you see this. Kids fear the dark more openly than adults, but scientists believe adults haven't actually lost that fear. We've just learned to hide it better. Ever notice how many adults still leave a hallway light on at night, just in case? Or feel a small flash of relief walking into a lit room after being outside in the dark? That's not childish. That's the exact same ancient alarm, quietly running in the background of a fully grown, modern human brain. We built cities that never go fully dark. We built phones with flashlights built in. We surrounded ourselves with more artificial light than any humans in history ever had access to. And still, somewhere deep inside, we're bracing for something we can't see. So here's the truly strange conclusion. Every human who has ever lived, no matter their culture, their language, their century, shared this exact same fear. Not because we were told to be scared. Not because of movies, or stories, or superstition. Because for nearly the entire history of our species, the dark really was the most dangerous part of every single day. A time when we were the slowest, the blindest, and the most exposed creature in the entire landscape. That fear isn't a weakness. It's a message passed down silently, generation after generation, from ancestors who survived the night, straight into your own brain, right now, in a world with electricity and locks and streetlights everywhere. The dark stopped being dangerous a long time ago. But somewhere inside every single one of us, a part of the brain still hasn't gotten that message. And maybe it never fully will. If this made you think differently about that little flicker of fear the next time the lights go out, like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel, because next time we're uncovering another ancient instinct that's still quietly running your life without you even realizing it.